Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the now episode of the Extra Attacker podcast. I think it's episode 16.
I don't know things.
Welcome back to
right.
Jeff Knows Things about hockey and life.
Yeah.
Jeff, what do you know about today? What is your know of the day? No thing
What
of
is
day.
my no thing of day? My no thing of day. It is Saturday. It is cold. I don't even know if it's raining outside right now. It was raining like 6 hours ago when I was still awake. It might be raining right now.
It's 3
3
degrees Celsius. So like almost 40 freedom height.
It's 43 freedom height right now.
Wow. So it's actually quite balmy, warm day.
It is. Yeah. I still, it's been a while since I lived in Canada, but I still go by the old adage, if it's above 0, it's warm.
I'm wearing shorts.
But me too, actually.
Hey. Welcome to
I got
Hockey
my
in
window
March.
open too.
Welcome to Hockey in March, everyone. Get ready for playoffs coming in soon where it gets hot, and the only people unhappy are the ice makers.
That was so lame, but I love it.
But it's true. That's the thing. It's a true statement.
Well, everybody else is unhappy that didn't make the playoffs. Everybody's unhappy that gets eliminated from the playoffs. Everybody's unhappy because the playoff format sucks. Everybody's unhappy about something.
Well, I can tell you
to a few weeks from now.
Foreshadow. Ooh. I can tell you something that no one is unhappy about, though, and that's that Ovechkin scored 2 goals this last week.
There are people unhappy about that, but I'm going to
let that slide. Name one.
I mean, I can't name them.
For their identity's sake? Or...
yeah.
So they don't get doxed? So they don't get L+ ratioed?
You'd be surprised. I've actually seen a lot of comments, people just hating on Ovechkin because he's so overrated and he's going to break the record and it sucks and he's not that good. And it's just, stop it, people.
They're bots.
Everybody's got to complain.
They're bots.
But yes, tell me more. He scored twice this week, didn't he?
Yes, T-7 goals, 2 go. T-7.
That's what we like to hear.
It's wonderful. And
almost enough to fit on one hand.
6. Well, some people have enough fingers on one hand to count at least how many to tie.
It's true.
Yes.
I do not. I am not one of those people, but I have heard that those people exist. I would never say that, but they say that.
the guy who killed Inigo Montoya's father could count how many goals are needed to tie.
It's true.
And it's true. So he's there. And today they're playing Florida. So,
or as I affectionately have referred to them in our show map today, the Florida Douchers. Y'all know how much I hate Florida.
Yeah,
I hate them even more. I'm still not over them taking Brad Marchand.
I feel like that's a bit of a pass on Matt Duchene's name, though. So maybe be careful because Matt Duchene's a nice guy.
Yeah. Unfortunate name, but nice guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He one? I can't remember who it was, but a couple of weeks ago there were 2 guys that like started chirping each other on the ice, and it went viral because like he refused to swear at the guy, and like, was that Duchene? Did you? Okay, you didn't even see that. Remind me later. I'll look that up.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
You're gonna have to find that for me. That sounds very funny.
Yeah. It was a good one.
Yeah.
But yes, Ovechkin. He 7 away. I think one of the more interesting things, whenever there's like a personal record like that, I always start to wonder, like, how does this affect the rest of the team? Because on one hand, it's like, if he's working hard to get that record, then he's working hard. On the other hand, I'm always concerned, like, if we're feeding him the puck too much, we're giving up other plays to try to force goals so he can get the record. And so I'm always like thinking about those kinds of things. What?
No, I know you're thinking about those things, but it couldn't be on a more irrelevant team to be thinking about because
and that's
the funniest thing, right? Yeah, you're like, yeah, you'd think that, but we'll get to what's going on with Washington in just a sec. But yeah,
exactly. Exactly, and that's the point that I'm making. But there's a quote from the coach here that I found interesting that I wanted to share here. It said, "Our guys feed off of it on the bench. They're pulling for him. I think it energizes them to play at a higher level. To be honest with you, raise their game, and when they're playing with him, to try to have productive shifts." Now we've talked about it as a group. You just have to be careful of forcing pucks to him and overpassing in situations. So they're aware of that. You just play your game, and if you play within our structure, good things will happen for him. So don't worry about playing inside of our system, and he'll get his looks. But there's no question as a coach, I feel like this chase and the energy around it has not been a distraction or a hindrance to our group. It has been a massive benefit. And I just thought that was a really interesting take, and I feel like we don't normally get that kind of a take.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anytime the reporters will ask, it's like, yeah, no, it's no problem. We're doing great. We're just trying to get pucks in deep. It's like, okay, we've all heard this interview before. But I thought that was just a really cool insight into just kind of their attitude and how they're dealing with it. That yeah, it's kind of Ovi's time right now, and he's chasing that record. But they're still playing well. They're still playing as a team. I mean, last week I think it was when he gave up a goal so that Protas could get his hattie. I mean, we're seeing it, and they're clicking, and it's actually elevating the team rather than becoming a distraction, which I just think is awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. What a great take from the coach. That's why he's a coach of the year candidate right now,
Yeah.
type of thing,
Yeah.
right? And he knows how to channel the boys. He knows how to
Hmm.
manage his team to both accomplish the goal and have the rest of the team be successful too.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about a player like Ovechkin is when they're that good, you don't have to worry about if they will get their chances, if they'll get their looks. If you play
Exactly.
normally, he's the type of player. Great players do great things in great moments
Yep. Yep.
because they just have they get it and they have the instinct to know where to go and when, and you don't become the person to score the most goals ever without having that kind of talent.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's exactly the right way to phrase it there too. Like he's just a good enough player, and that team is, and then the offense especially is kind of built around his abilities and talents. Play your game normally, and they will come. Now there have been a couple times that I've seen, like, oh, they probably should have taken that shot, but they tried to force it to him. That's natural. You're going to have a couple of those here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, if they're just playing their game and they're doing well, and I mean, like you alluded to a minute ago, it's showing. We have the first team in the league to clinch a playoff spot,
Yeah.
and it's the Washington Capitals.
And what's so interesting about them being the first team this year to clinch a playoff spot, Jeff?
Last year, they were the very last team to clinch a playoff spot. So this is the first time in the current format since 1969, nice 1970 season,
Very nice.
that the team who finished or clinched last, then the next year clinched first. First time it's ever happened. And to add to that, what I also found interesting, last year, to clinch their playoff spot, they had to beat the Philadelphia Flyers. This year, to clinch their playoff spot, they had to beat the Philadelphia Flyers. How can you not be romantic about hockey?
Oh, in the city of brotherly love.
That's Philly.
Yeah, that's where Washington clinched the
Oh,
spot.
that's what you're okay.
Yeah,
That's what
you
you
know,
I was
again
like,
or
Washington
against.
D.C. is not the city of brotherly love, bro.
No, I know that it's Philly. Like, well, yeah, they played Philly. What do you?
My brain's not here.
The Flyers are Flyers aren't in Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah, the
They're
Philadelphia
not in
Flyers are not from
Scranton.
Philadelphia.
They're not in
Scranton.
Scranton,
Scranton.
Pennsylvania. Home.
Just imagine.
They just sell paper there.
It's true. It's true. Michael Scott's their Zamboni driver. Anyway.
No, he's their captain, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Threat level midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What else we got going on?
Jeff, how nervous are you feeling about the San Jose win count? They didn't get really a lot done in the past week in terms of wins, but they're still at 18.
They're at 18.
With 13 games to go.
And
They can only
yeah,
win twice.
2 weeks ago, I was very confident. I said, we've got this. They're at 18. If they can win 2 out of 13, now of all teams to not be able to win 2 out of 13, it's San Jose.
It is, yeah.
But
One
for
of the
any
first two
team to
teams.
not win out of two out of 13, I'm just hoping at this point my preseason prediction will be close. If I can be within like 1 or 2 games, I'm still counting that as a win because that's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I am
Yeah.
getting a little nervous.
Well, I mean, if they end up with 21, even 22, Vegas,
Yeah,
hire this guy, right?
exactly.
Like these
Exactly.
odds that you're making are pretty good, pretty fire there.
Now I'm wondering though. Let's see, because they have a worse away record, but not by much. Where's their schedule? Season schedule. What are we looking at?
I know they're playing Edmonton, in Edmonton on the 11th because I'm going to that game. I wasn't sure.
So they're at home
I am
today, Thursday, and Saturday. And then away on March 30th. Away the 1st. Home 3rd, 5th, 7th. Away 9, 11, 13, 14. And then home 16.
But what teams are they playing? Who are the easiest? Do they have any games against really easy teams?
Boston today. We suck. Toronto, New York Rangers, LA Kings, all playoff teams. Rangers are on that border. Anaheim, normally I'd say it's an easier game, but they're fighting for a playoff spot. 3 against Edmonton, 2 against Calgary.
We play the Sharks 3 times.
Thursday the 3rd and Wednesday
gosh,
the 16th in San Jose, and then Friday the 11th in Edmonton.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay,
so in
that's
theory,
nice.
that's 3 extra wins for Edmonton.
There's only 2 games in April that aren't against divisional opponents for us. Those are a lot of big games. We have 2 against the Kings, 1 against Vegas. Like April's going to be the month that decides the final positioning of the Pacific Division. Holy bleep.
Yeah. Man. I'm getting really excited for April's schedule for a lot of teams, but at the same time I'm also getting really sad about it. Because
why are you getting sad about it?
We're real close to the end of the season, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
It feels like just yesterday we started this thing, and now we're almost done for the year.
I would disagree. I feel like this has been going for forever.
Really?
In a good way. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But,
I mean, good.
But
I think a lot of it is, we have a brand new team, so it's been a lot of excitement this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably part of it. But.
And especially now it's just the nerves with will you, won't you make the playoffs?
Yep. And it's just, it's so difficult, dude. We're just so up and down. I mean, there's no reason we should have lost to the Kraken like we did. That was embarrassing. But then we came out the other night, and I don't even remember who we played. We beat them so bad. We embarrassed them. Who'd we play?
You tell me.
Dude, it was literally 2 days ago. My brain is just not braining. Yeah, we got blown out by Edmonton, lost to the Kraken, but we beat Vancouver on Sunday, and we beat Buffalo yesterday. Thursday, rather. Now, Buffalo, yeah, that's a game we should win, but like... Have you seen the clip of that own goal yet? Oh, okay, we're looking that up.
No, no, you didn't. I was too busy having own goals scored on me.
Yes. While I look it up, tell us about that.
So at my ball hockey game on Thursday, it was great. We had it was an important game, and we were playing, and I got my own team deflected into my net twice in that game. We lost 5-3. So technically, my team scored more goals than the other team, just not always on the correct net. The first one was the first goal of the game. One of their guys passed it from behind the net, and my defender, trying to stop it from getting to the intended player, put his foot in the way to block it, and in essence kicked it in through my legs because, I was in position to stop, kind of wrap around or be ready to move away to block there. And so then my movement was kind of stunted and blocked, and it just went into the perfect spot. I'm like, lovely. The second one. Yeah, well, Yeah, well, normally he's not a defenseman. Normally he's a forward, which I can cut him some slack there. I can give him a break.
Only a
The
little bit of slack.
The second one, I was kind of screened, and so a dude took a high shot, and I was kind of leaning over to try and get it, and then I saw it a little after he shot it, was moving to get it, block it, and my defenseman put out his hand to just try and block it in the way. It's a ball, so it's not, a puck or anything. So not a danger for him to be doing that. But it hit his hand and then deflected the complete opposite way I was going and into the net. I'm like, guys, I can't.
Nothing you can do.
I can't stop those. I can't do that.
Nothing you can do.
None of the goals I let in, though, were ones I really could have had. There's maybe one that was high, that was right next to my head, and it's the super awkward spot, and it went off my glove, and I think then deflected. I think I knocked it, hitting off my glove, knocked it down just enough where then it hit off the crossbar and went in. So I'm like, okay, maybe you could pin that one on me. Maybe, but not really.
Yeah. If you were able to touch it, then you were able to block it.
Okay, like when it's low slot chance with no giveaway to the other guy, low slot, and he has all the time in the world to pick his spot, mano a mano. Okay, like
you could.
I can only save those ones so many times. I'm not going to be able to save all of them, and I saved most of them. That was the only one I didn't save that night of those.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
For this. Okay, let's see. Let's get ourselves another copyright strike like we did last week for showing.
Wait, did we actually?
Yeah.
Shut up. No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I'm gonna fight it.
I mean, it didn't take our video down. It's just if we were monetized, we wouldn't get to have. Okay.
NHL, you need to get your crap together. It's fair use, and you know it.
Okay, here we go. This is formatted mostly correctly.
Yeah, that's close enough.
All right, let's try.
Buffalo's got the empty net right now. If you look up in the top there, Kevin Stenlund just got called, so it's a delayed penalty. Now watch Buffalo. We're gonna pass it out and miss it. Oops, and it's gonna bounce off the wall.
With he could have gotten there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love. Okay, so I don't have the audio for people to hear, but the announcers are all like, "Give him the puck," like giving the puck to the other team. And no, don't give them the puck. You're getting an extended power play right now.
Yeah.
Don't give them the puck. You bingus.
Yeah. So Kevin Stenlund was the last player to touch the puck, and then he got a high stick. This is the first time I've ever seen an own goal. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
So Stenlund touches it. So he's the last Utah player to touch it. And then off camera, he's getting hit with a high stick. So now there's a delayed penalty.
Yeah.
So he gets the goal while he's headed to the box for the penalty.
Sick.
I have never seen a delayed penalty own goal like this.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah, right there. And as the player drops right in the middle.
That's actually wild.
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane.
That's crazy, dude. I mean,
it was fun. It was great. It's a good game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Never seen that before. Then we put on another empty net goal after that. So,
I mean, that's I'm pretty sure essentially how the first ever goalie goal happened was not a goalie shooting it into the net, but they were the last one to touch the puck, and the team put it into their own empty net.
We've had one of those this year, if I remember correctly, too.
Yes, we have. It was Elias Sorokin. Or
no, that's right.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah, Sorokin got a goalie goal, but no, he just was the last one to touch the puck, and then the team put it into their own net. So you're like,
so embarrassing.
I was against Nashville. Nashville did it. Yeah, Nashville did it.
Poor Nashville.
Yeah.
Poor Nashville. I was so high on them coming into this year.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't do drugs, kids.
Anyway.
Anywho, that's a bad.
Tell us about Edmonton. How's Edmonton doing?
I really don't want to. So
I can see the pain in your eyes right now.
I literally, while we've been doing this, got a text from
Oh no.
my buddy in our fantasy league who has McDavid, and he's like, "Hey, you want McDavid?" I'm like, "Trade deadline's passed, you idiot." But no, yeah.
Tell him to drop him. I'll pick him up. I'll take
So
another injured player.
yeah, perfect. McDavid and Draisaitl are out for at least a week.
Good timing.
It's fine when one of them's out because you're like, oh, well, we lost one world elite, top 3 in the world type player. Good thing we have a backup one. We have another one. It's not a concern. It's not a big concern when you temporarily have to play without one for a game or two. When you don't have either,
Yeah. Especially this year, Draisaitl's the bigger hit.
Well, and like he's 1 goal away from 50 goals, man, and he might be the only person that actually ends up making it to 50 goals this year, which is really weird, seeing as we've been spoiled with tons the last number of years. Heck, we won a couple of years ago. We had multiple 60 goal scorers, McDavid and Pasta.
This year I would be surprised because the next guy is still William Nylander. He's at 38.
Yeah, he hasn't even hit 40 yet. Like he'd have to essentially to get to 50 score a goal a game.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he did.
Yeah, no, he's not. No chance.
Oh.
No shot. So, yeah, that's not good. Stuart Skinner left the game Thursday against Winnipeg as well, but it seems like he's all right. It was more kind of precautionary concussion like protocol stuff just to make sure, because the thing is, like, we're now looking at the long game where it's like, okay, yeah, would it be nice to win the division? Would it be nice to have more home ice advantages? Sure. But at the cost of our guys being in good enough shape for the playoffs? No. So, right now, the way McDavid and Draisaitl are, they might even be able to play right now. We don't know enough of the details because they never tell us. But Draisaitl got tweaked at the game on Tuesday by something, and so sat out the game against Winnipeg. And then during the game against Winnipeg, McDavid had something happen to him, some little run-in with Morrissey, tweaked something, hurt something, so he left the game.
Yeah.
And then Skinner was ran into, and so he left the game. So the fact that we didn't have Draisaitl, lost McDavid 2/3 of the way through the game, and lost our starting goalie, the fact that we lost 4-3 in overtime to Winnipeg is actually an incredible sign, I must say. Yeah. I will take that.
We can deal with that.
Like, the weirdest part of that game was how low the shots were. The shots after the first period, there was, I think it was 2-2 after the first period, and there had been a combined total of 9 shots across both teams.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's low shooting.
Yeah, you're like, who's playing, Hellebuck and Skinner? What the heck? Right? Like, Skinner had more saves than Hellebuck for most of the game until Skinner got...
Till he died, yeah.
Till he died. Yeah, so, that's actually kind of cool. But yeah, super low shot game, but lots of goals comparatively. But yeah, it's like the thing is, the Oilers are going to make the playoffs. That's not a concern. That's not a worry. The worry is, can we make sure our guys stay healthy for the playoffs? And that's kind of, we want better positioning. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have the conversation, we may have won the Stanley Cup in Game 7 had it been at home. I'd rather be having that conversation than if we had our guys healthy, we would have made the Cup Finals.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a tough position to be in, but yeah, I think it's the right decision. Rest them up and get them out there when they're healed.
Especially considering the competition that's in the West, man. I had someone tell me at the start of the year they thought the East was the stronger conference. I'm like,
I heard a lot of people saying that, and I don't know how.
Well, I think it's
been scary.
Well, it's because everyone underestimated the Kings. Everyone underestimated Minnesota, who have been slipping as of late. Like, they now actually have a negative goal differential as I'm looking at things, which is kind of weird, but it happens. And
Minnesota's weird. I can't figure them out because I think they were leading the Pacific for a couple of months.
Central. Yeah, at the start of the season,
Yeah.
they were actually competing with Winnipeg for top dog in the Central, and we're all like, what the heck? It seemed like we now realize that they were kind of overperforming a bit.
Well, and I think a large part of that too is Carrill's been out for months.
Yeah,
He was out for almost a month, came back for 2 games, and then he went out again. It's been over a month since then.
He's the definition of a glass cannon.
Yeah, that ain't too far off. That kid's incredible, but it worries me for it worries me for Minnesota. Obviously it's going to be a big hit when your superstar goes down, but if it's that big of a hit with one player out, tells me they don't have a lot of depth, and they probably weren't going far in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. The thing is, everything that happened in the regular season only matters during the regular season. Once the playoffs come around, literally zero is relevant.
Sure.
It now is completely new slate. Anything can happen. Anyone can be a hero.
Yep.
Never count anyone out unless it's whoever.
Wild card team could win it. You never know. And unless it's LA in the first round.
Well, that's the thing.
Or
this
Toronto.
is probably the scariest LA's ever been in the past 4 years when it comes to the playoffs. Or Toronto. Yeah, Toronto you can always bank on. Not.
Yeah, Toronto loses in the first round, and LA loses to Edmonton. And taxes are the only sure things in life.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the thing. It would be really interesting to see what it'd be like to have Toronto win a cup, as much as I'd hate it. As long as they're not the ones to bring the cup back to Canada, I would hate it, but at the same time, from an objective outside point, it'd probably be really good for hockey.
Probably.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
It would do a lot for hockey, as much as I hate to say it.
I'm okay with that not happening, but it probably would.
I'm not wishing for it to happen, but I can take from if I turn off the emotions, just become a robot for a second. I'm like that,
Yeah.
It would be good. Like a Florida team winning the cup has been good for hockey there. It'd make a lot of money if Toronto. We'd make a lot of money. Not us personally, but hockey.
Yeah, well, I wish I'd make a lot of money. I'd become a Toronto fan overnight if it would make me a lot of money. Kidding me? I just looked though. They're tied now for first with Florida.
The exact same records. 42, 24, and 3. The only difference, it goes to the tiebreaker of who has more regulation wins, and Florida has 35, Toronto has 34.
It doesn't get much closer than that.
No. Though, Florida has had... So the goal differential for Florida is 38. For Toronto, it's 19. Literally double the amount. And they've both scored 222 goals. It's just goals against 184
Toronto's
for Florida. Toronto 203. See?
Which is really interesting with how much we've been hearing about Toronto's tandem and how good those two are. And they are, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not, but
Well, that's the interesting thing, right? It's the number of goals scored on you is less relevant to the casual fan than the save percentage. If you let in 4 goals, but it was on 40 shots, nobody bats an eye. If it was on 20 shots, and everyone loses their minds.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Carolina, though. Carolina on an 8-game heater.
9, 1, and 0 in their last 10. 8 winning game streak.
It's just unfortunate for them that they're not catching Washington for first.
Yeah. They're
no shot that happens.
They are 12 points behind.
Yeah. Mathematically, it's not impossible, but it's not happening.
Let me see here. I forgot to make sure this was all ready last time, so
killing me.
I know, but here. Well,
hey, almost. There we are. Almost.
Hold on, people.
We're struggle bussing today.
I messed this up. Normally I have this all ready, so Here, that'll be good enough.
Amateur hour.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why you come here. You could go anywhere else, but you come here for amateur hour.
if you want to feel good about yourself, come here.
Truth.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, here we go. So these are the actual standings for the people who want to know. For the people that care. 8-game winning streak, 42. You're like, oh, 46 wins versus 42. That's not too bad. Nah, it's still 12 points.
Yep.
12-point difference because of the overtime losses as well. And, I mean, just look at the difference. Washington has scored 251 goals this year, plus 73. The only team with a
Plus
better
73
goal differential is the Jets.
Winnipeg. San Jose has a bigger number.
79. Just in the...
Minus 79.
Just in the minus. Yeah, first two teams officially eliminated mathematically are the Chicago Blackhawks and the San Jose Sharks. It's crazy.
So we had two teams eliminated. Washington clinched this week, so it's starting to take shape.
Yeah.
Look at those wild card races.
Yeah. Let's see here.
How have the Jets not clinched yet?
They could still technically not make the playoffs somehow. I don't know what that number would be. I mean, it's based off of if they lose every game.
Exactly, yeah.
How many teams? Because then Dallas, Colorado, and Minnesota would have to pass them, and then the two wild card teams would have to get there. I mean, that doesn't happen.
No, it's not going to happen, but it's mathematically possible.
Like, if you look at last year, the wild card teams in the East didn't get to 100 points, and in the West they didn't get to 100 points. Close, but they didn't. The wild card teams almost never do.
Yeah.
So you're like, But yeah, the race is so tight. Technically, even the Sabres could still make the playoffs if they won every game and enough teams lost. Yeah. But I mean, they're not going to.
No.
You cut it off at
realistically, anywhere down to Detroit still in it. Boston and Pittsburgh are fringe, but not out of it.
Yeah, a lot of things would have to go right because all the other teams have a couple games in hand on them.
Yeah.
So not great, not ideal, but
yeah, realistically, I mean, that's Ottawa. It's 77. They're not out, but I'm gonna, for argument's sake, I'll take them out of this and say they're locked in. You got Montreal, New York, Columbus, Detroit. That's a 5-team race for that second wild card spot.
Let's hear it.
All within a couple of points. And the West is pretty much the same. I mean, you got for argument's sake, we'll say Minnesota clinched. St. Louis, Vancouver, Calgary, Utah, all within 4 points.
Well, and you've got Utah with a game on St. Louis. You got Calgary with 2, Vancouver with 1. So the thing is, you have Vancouver when it's 1 game, Calgary when it's 2 games, and Utah when it's 1 game. I mean, St. Louis is only ahead of Utah in that scenario. Vancouver and Calgary are then ahead.
Yeah. And, 3 games ago, St. Louis was below us. So, just these 4 teams, 5 teams, it's tight. In every game right now is a playoff game for us.
Yeah. Well, it helps that St. Louis is on a 4-game winning streak. That does help them out a good bit.
That does help them. Yeah, Utah, we just cannot be consistent, and every time Vancouver or Calgary loses, so do we. And it's like, okay, well, that was a good time for us to pick up points, and we can't do it. So,
hey, still time. It's gonna come down to the wire. Gonna come down to the final game.
It really is. It really is. And I'm just excited. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm going to the game on April 1st, and that's against Calgary.
Ooh, so that's gonna be good. Playoff. That'll be good.
Yeah. That'll be a fun one. So,
yeah,
I am excited.
Good. It's going to be cool. I'm excited to see how things end up shaking up because you never know, and it's always fun to see the storylines go there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for Utah, you talk about their inconsistency, but they're pretty consistent when Dylan Guenther's involved.
True. I remember it's probably 3 weeks ago We had a couple guys over. We're all watching the game. Gunther scores, and just offhand, I said, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we've won every game that Dylan Gunther has scored in. So I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure.
Almost.
And now it's, obviously we've had more games since then, but so the record has changed. But our current record, he scored another game-winning goal against Buffalo on Thursday. When Dylan Gunther scores, the Utah Hockey Club is 18-0-1.
Mm-hmm. And that one overtime loss was against Edmonton.
Yeah.
I was at
that
the
is
game.
as automatic as it comes.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part about it, that was the game I was supposed to be at.
Yep. Hey, next year.
Next year. It's true. That is as automatic as it comes. So, yeah, that was just another interesting fact. We're nothing deep on that one.
Nope, just fun facts. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can head into our final segment of the. It's just shorter week, everyone. Shorter week. The Saturday head-to-heads. You stopped me in my tracks. Ended my winning streak. You went 7-4 last week.
Let's go, baby.
With it all, I went 5-6. So it's now.
I just mentioned that's 2 weeks in a row now that betting against Florida has finally worked for me.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there. And I think today will be week number 3 in a row, but we'll get there. Our first matchup, Vancouver at the Rangers.
I'm going with the Rangeners.
So am I.
Okay.
I've got New York on that one. Philly, Dallas. I've got Dallas.
I also have Dallas. Buffalo, Minnesota.
I've got Minnesota.
I'm also Minnesota, yeah.
Yep.
Chicago, St. Louis. I'm going Chicago. They're gonna end the streak. They're gonna end the winning streak.
See, that's a tough one. I think St. Louis probably has it, but I really want Chicago to beat them. I cannot afford the Blues to be getting more points, so I was going to take Chicago this week. Just trying to manifest it.
Okay, both Chicago. Calgary against New York.
I gotta check. I don't know what I wrote there.
Well, you wrote CAL, which normally it's CGY is the acronym for Calgary.
Yeah, it is
but
Calgary.
Carolina's right underneath it, so I was
okay.
It has to be Calgary. Calgary and the New York Islanders.
Give me the Islanders.
Calgary.
Yeah. Oh.
I know you need the Islanders to win, but I just believe in.
They have been doing well. I don't know how. I don't know where they came from. Mm-hmm. They're on a 3-game win streak right now. Calgary is on a 2-game win streak, so that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina at LA.
Give me Carolina.
Give me Carolina. I think they hit 9 today. 9 in a row.
I'm just trying to manifest to keep LA at bay.
That's fair. That's
that one.
Florida at Washington.
I
mean, I'm taking Washington.
I know, but I have to decide if I think I also have to. I think
it's a tough one, yeah.
I think I have to actually not just be my funny biasness.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Utah Hockey Club.
Give me Utah.
Yeah, this is one I'm really not sure about.
Yeah, this is one of the tougher ones.
If they were in Tampa Bay, I'd say no chance for Utah, but since they're in Utah, you guys show up.
It's an afternoon game, which is super weird. The first one we've had, 3:00 today.
Oh, your first matinee. Wow.
First matinee. I know. I might try to get some last tickets. We'll see.
I'll go with Utah. I will help manifest.
Please,
manifest
we need it.
it.
Hockey gods, Lord Stanley, please. Colorado, Montreal. I mean, is that even a question?
Yes, because Montreal's sneaky.
Give me the Avs.
I gotta go Montreal.
Interesting. Okay.
because they're fighting for the playoffs, man. Montreal, they're sneaky. They can beat anyone, and
Sure.
I
I mean,
cannot
you're not
bet
wrong.
against them. Ottawa, New Jersey. New Jersey's been struggling.
Yeah, give me Ottawa.
I
I got Ottawa on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto and
Toronto
Nashville.
at Smashville.
Give me Nashville.
I'm going Toronto.
Like they, as much as Nashville's not good this year, they're not going to go without a win. They're going to win here and there. So, Detroit at Vegas. This is one of the tougher ones for me this week because everything tells me Vegas should win.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit is fighting hard for that playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not a bad team. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. Also, Vegas just demolished the Bruins. So they might be a little tired from skating circles around them. Give me Detroit. I'm gonna risk it.
Yeah.
Give me Detroit.
I feel like it would be a cardinal sin to be wearing a Golden Knights shirt right now and not pick Vegas.
No.
So as much as I need Vegas to lose for the Oilers, I'm picking Vegas.
Fair. That's fair.
Got to be controversial.
Fair.
I'm also trying to get on LTIR right now, so it's all. I should have picked
Let me know how that
Florida.
goes.
Florida's the place to get on LTIR right now.
Apparently, yeah, they're the new Vegas.
Mark Stone's playing throughout
Yeah, what's he doing?
all the months.
He's actually playing.
Yeah, he's gonna reach like at least 70 games.
That's weird. I'm not used to that.
Okay. Seattle
Crackheads
against Crackheads. Well, yeah. So do you take the Kraken or the McDryless Oilers?
I take the Oilers still.
Yeah, I still gotta take the Oilers.
Yeah.
Edmonton's just had Seattle's number for a while.
Yeah.
Boston, San Jose.
So hard. This is San Jose's probably easiest game left to win. But I have to take Boston. Not only are they my team, but like
we gotta manifest.
We gotta manifest San Jose not winning.
Manifest the under.
Yeah, now I gotta look. I'm curious. See if I can get tickets for today. It's only 2.5 hours away, 3 hours away. Gotta be some cheap tickets. March 22nd. Yeah, that's today. Oh, $50. That hurts me.
What happened to the $10 obstructed view seats?
I haven't logged into that part yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking on the
non-obstructed view.
Yeah, looking for real tickets. Ooh, 65 on that website. That's gross.
You say these prices are gross.
When you're used to paying $10.
Yeah, but to me they sound phenomenal.
Oh,
to me those sound like $10 tickets.
Yeah. Those aren't that bad, but for that price, I'd rather order a pizza and stay home today.
Yeah. Go to a sports bar, have some wings.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. There are a couple sports bars around we've been meaning to try.
Do it.
Maybe I'll convince my roommate to go with me. One of my roommates is going to the game with his fiance, and I'm jealous. But anyway.
About the game or the fiance?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, let me rephrase that. I'm not jealous of her. Just need to get that out there.
I didn't even interpret it that way. Oh my goodness, so good, so good.
You leave zero room for error here.
Zero room for error. Yeah. Okay. Well.
But anyway.
Lovely.
This has been this week's show, everybody.
Yes.
Shorter show, but thank you for being here. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
We will see you next week. Till then, go watch some hockey. We got a lot of games today.
Bye.
Take care.